possible, doesn't work.
Don't like it. I'm going to, somebody making something, who want me to,
Check 2, 1, 3, 4. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Check 1, 1, 2, 3. Check 1. Check 2. 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2. 2, 3. Check 2, 3, 4. Check 1, 2. Check 2. Let me know if you can hear me in there. Two, 3, 1. Check.
Is it streaming yet or not yet? It's streaming. I'm not about the big screen stuff. Did you get the? Oh, let me email you the link. Okay.
Just take your time.
Which way did you take that?
Well, I just wanted to make sure this was taken.
Oh.
That cord works for?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, that sounds a little better.
Thank you.
Good. I've got my own.
I told you he's awesome.
Yeah. So actually, to adjust the height, what do I do? Take an arm? Just that.
It needs to stay tight, otherwise
Okay.
it'll go.
So loosen, move,
I
tight.
would just keep it tight.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise it'll end up.
Okay.
All right, perfect. I'll do that, and it can go.
And then when I am speaking to the kids, can I just swing it out? Not ideal.
But we figured it was from all the activity on it. And we came in, it was like, let's go to another plane. Okay. There's always a way to fix things.
Curious, compassionate, capable problem solvers.
So they say live stream to me.
It means the entire world can laugh.
Yeah. I had Normie on hold.
new dress.
Watch out, we're live and we're streaming. pencil?
Good evening, staff, family, friends, and students, and welcome to the Orange Grove Middle School 2019. My name is Katie Burns.
And I am Anna Davis, and we are honored to be your Masters of Ceremonies tonight. After 3 years here at Orange Grove, it's no surprise I have so many memories from here, like mountain lions roaming the campus. I think it's safe to say I speak for all fellow students that we are leaving here well prepared for what high school has in store for us.
Our class has grown and flourished an unbelievable amount during our years here at Orange Grove.
With so many experiences and adventures, we have had a great time and hope that tonight that you share our happiness and success that we have accomplished these last 3 years.
After the ceremony tonight, please join us for a reception and refreshments with our promoting students in the Commons until 8 p.m. At 8 p.m., a students-only social and dance begins in the Commons and ends at 9:30 p.m.
All students will be picked up from either the bus parking lot. If your last name begins with A through L, you'll be picked up in the bus parking lot. If your last name begins with M through Z, you'll be picked up in the front parking lot. So let's get started and make some memories.
We will begin tonight's ceremony with the pledge. Now everyone please welcome Mr. Flynn, who will be retiring this year after 17 years at Orange Grove.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, alongside their amazing teacher, Ms. Horn, please welcome the 8th grade choir who will perform A Million Dreams from the film The Greatest Showman.
Thank you, Orange Grove Choir, for that fantastic performance. I would like to introduce our first speaker of the night. This young woman has so much enthusiasm and an amazing personality, making everyone happy all the time. Always full of life and happiness, an amazing student. Let's all welcome Caroline Rosen.
Many people believe that our journey starts today. I disagree. Our journey began a long time ago. Today just happens to be the day where the path we've been to different roads. Many of us have been in the Catalina Foothills School District since kindergarten, and some of us haven't, but we all started our journey somewhere, and we all started in elementary. Let's go back to the first day of kindergarten and the commencement of our journey. Parents and grandparents taking us to school where roughly 1,000 photos were taken. Then, later that afternoon, Walgreens and CVS across town developing pictures of our adorable. For 6 years after the first day of school, we were blessed with recess and scholastic book fairs. Through it all, elementary school was the first steps of our travels. Now we're at Orange Grove Middle School. We all have grown at this school, whether or not you've been here for all 3 years or you've just came here during the school year. We started here as tiny little sixth graders, scared out of our minds of the middle school world, carrying those heavy backpacks with at least 5 binders so we could have one for every class, and every colored gel pen you could ever imagine. 8th grade with only a pencil and paper in our backpack because all of your 30 pencils have disappeared mysteriously into that black hole. One person who asked, "Hey, you have a pencil I can borrow?" I promise I'll give it back. But then they don't and somehow loses it before the next class, and the cycle begins. Anyway, graduates, you should know that your moms and dads are very proud of you today. They have high hopes for you, and they believe in you. You're making them proud by showing them what you can do. Take a look at them right now. You can see them smiling and snapping photos so they can record this moment forever. Today is an important day for you, and today they are very, very proud of you. Today would be a good day to ask for money. Today would also be a good day to hug them and thank them for supporting you, because as much as this is your achievement, this is also the achievement of the people who care about you. That means your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your sisters and brothers, and all the other people who care about you. They want you to be the best and live up to your potential. It's your special day, graduates, and for our very relieved teachers that have dealt with us for 3 long years. Just wait until these students are graduating from college. Then our parents will be the relieved ones. It's one of those times you can take a break and reflect, feeling good as a parent or as a mentor, knowing that the kids you care about are doing just fine and they're on the right path. Graduations can be seen as a coming of age, a sort of official way to recognize when a person steps into the next stage of life. And graduates, you're stepping into a new stage. With every year, you've become a little more independent. I bet you still remember your first day here. It might have been exciting and a little intimidating too. Not even a little intimidated, but scared out of your minds. Paranoid, but more excited to have lockers with locks you had no clue how to work. I bet when you look at the 6th graders rushing to class, you think, wow, they look so little. How was I ever that young? How was I ever that annoying? Get used to it. You'll be thinking. Now think back on some of the exciting things that happened this year and all the things you learned. You had some great times this year, and maybe you had some tough times, but you succeeded. We've all have been changed by OGMS, being in touch with staff and teachers' presence on this campus, trying to help us grow into the people that are going to change the world. After all, we are the next generation, and without this school, we would never be able to experience the many memories and lessons that we will carry over to high school. I ask you to take this chance to dedicate yourself, to making next year even better. Remember that you don't have to follow the crowd. Do the right thing, even if no one is looking. Study hard, and remember that you're investing in yourself with every test you take and every book you read. And finally, don't be in too of a hurry to grow up. These are some great times in your life. Don't rush past them. Although this might be the end of middle school, it's not the end of those long and stressful tests or using Wikipedia for a project you're doing last minute when you had a month to do it. There are great things coming, and just as your parents are proud, each one of you should feel proud of yourself. I'll leave you with this final quote from a great author I imagine you are all familiar with, by the name of Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who'll decide where to go.
Thank you, Caroline. That was an extraordinary speech and heartful. Next up, we have another brilliant young woman who would give her speech. She is a fabulous speaker and an even better student. This young lady is hardworking and always puts in her best effort. Please welcome Camilla Ritz.
Three scholar years, approximately 540 days, 12,960 hours, 700,077,600 minutes, and 46,656,000 seconds. That is exactly how much time most of you spent here at OGMS, and all of you have spent in the duration of your middle school career. You all survived some of the hardest and, may I say, most awkward and certainly some of the most confusing years of your life. And here you are, sitting amongst individuals which are all so incredibly proud of you. Your teachers, peers, parents, siblings, grandparents, or whomever you get to share this momentous and joyous occasion with. What you've all accomplished and experienced in the past 3 years of your lives is not only so incredibly impressive, but hopefully an experience you're able to, as you all are capable of such amazing things, as you will go on to discover in your future educational and professional careers. The diverse and incredibly accepting community, which Orange Grove Middle School has worked towards for decades now, through both trial and error, is something which I believe everyone can certainly agree has been both extraordinary and life-changing in all senses. The incredible resources, opportunities, as well as the irreplaceable bonds many of you have developed with all sorts of diverse individuals are truly what has made this journey both so incredibly enjoyable, as well as greatly beneficial both academically and socially. The opportunities which hundreds of programs and teachers here have to offer makes for such a flourishing community, one in which every individual has the opportunity to succeed, a valuable and astonishingly rare advantage, as well as something you simply cannot put a price on. As human beings, we tend to compete and compare ourselves constantly, but we must all remember that each and every one of us standing here has and hopefully will go on to do absolutely incredible things. And all of you, every single one of you, is an incredible and capable individual, even if it believe for any reason you yourself are not good enough, smart enough, capable enough, or whatever it may be. You must remember that the only person which determines your ability and your worth is you. No matter what anyone, any stereotype, any status, any statistic, or anything at all might have to say or determine about you. Even if middle school didn't go as smoothly or nearly as positive as you may have hoped, the main thing to realize and remember is that now is your time to pursue what you're truly passionate about. Branch out both socially and academically towards a future which is fully determined by your own decisions and preferences, one in which you will be able to explore a world of opportunities as well as specialties which you are truly interested about, and ones which spark joy and curiosity en route to a subsequent yet exciting future for yourself. No matter which path you decide to pursue, you must remember, even if you feel as if you don't have the necessary resources, skills, or whatever it may be, the only way to truly know whether you can accomplish something or go where you want to go in life, no matter how cliche it may sound, is through the strength and curiosity you find in yourself. As it is truly up to you where you go from here and what you make or do not make out of your remaining educational years. Now, with the knowledge and skills you have acquired in the past 3 years, you are able to not only broaden your potential capabilities, but open a door to your future, one which will require immense effort and passion, but ultimately will be so incredibly rewarding. That's exactly what this joyous celebration is about, as you'll soon come to discover that your individuality, as well as your specific strengths and talents, will take you remarkably far. And this splendid achievement is truly just the beginning.
Amazing job, Camilla. I would like to introduce this young lady is very hardworking and always has a great eye for detail. With so much successes and passion for her studies, she's a very attentive student and always a big helper. Please welcome Alexis Safer.
Three years ago, the class of 2023 and I graduated from elementary school. Who knew that those elementary school years would fly by just like that? Cubbies would turn into lockers, recess after lunch turns into another class period, math turns into, you guessed it, harder math, which I found most abrupting. Going into a new school with new people, we thought things were going to be a lot different. Personally, I thought middle school was going to be this fantasy, like something out of a commercial for Target, where you have the perfect group of friends, have the prettiest, most decorative locker, have classes that were a total breeze. But that is elementary school. Middle school would be a whole different ballgame. For a lot of us, we didn't sign up for the constant homework, the idea of getting bad grades, losing friends, and going through daily hardships. But middle school would not be middle school if we never faced those problems. I can say with total confidence that all of my classmates have faced problems here we would never expect to even happen. But for most of us, we didn't face them alone. What makes these hardships bearable is the people here that help you get through it. Without the exceptional teachers and staff that could and would help you unconditionally with your problems, and without friends that could listen to you and relate to you and your emotions, Orange Grove would be a duller place. Fortunately, Orange Grove is the opposite of dull. I've had the best times of my life on this campus. I don't think there's been a day where I haven't laughed or felt happy here. On this campus ground, it is an inviting place when I walk through the doors. I feel welcomed with all the smiling faces and hellos I get from my teachers and teachers and friends. I feel welcomed when I can comfortably ask questions in my classes and know that each and every one of my teachers will help me to the best of their ability. And I feel at peace that my friends will have my back, and even the people who I least expected to have my back too. Having a constant reminder, whether that may be from teachers or from the daily student announcements, to always strive to do your best, be kind to people, be responsible and respectful, gets drilled into people's heads in a positive way. I know it's drilled into mine. Each of us could have the power to make someone's day a bit brighter, to make Orange Grove a place kids want to be, and that is, to me, remarkable. I applaud all my classmates who did their best daily to be a bit kinder to strangers in the halls, being more helpful and respectful to teachers and in classes, because those actions don't just help the people around you. It makes you a better person. We have all learned so much about ourselves as the individual, through our academic challenges and social highs and lows, which have molded the way we think, feel, and live. Sure, I don't think learning the Pythagorean theorem taught me anything about myself, but the discussions in my classes and conversations about the past, present, and future have really shaped my beliefs on the world and the people around me. Everyone makes mistakes, but it's up to us to choose how we spend each day. Because in the future, we will not have the same opportunities to right our wrongs and forgive and forget. Why? Because we're going into high school, where challenges are a little bit bigger, the mountains we climb a little taller, and the consequences of our decisions are more permanent. High school is going to have some real highs and real lows, but it's nothing that Orange Grove hasn't already prepared us for. These 3 years here have been stepping stones to our future. Learn to find yourself along the way. Because hey, that's what middle school's all about. Thank you.
Great job, Alexis. Wrapping up this monumentous event is someone who needs very little introduction. Even though he's only been here for 2 years, I think he has really gotten to know us quite well, whether tracking our accomplishments or supporting us through these past couple years. He is always smiling. Without further ado, I am pleased to welcome our wonderful principal, Mr. Rubentals.
Good evening. As our speakers go back to their seats, can we give them another round of applause? I'd like to officially welcome all of our parents, our family members, our faculty, and our distinguished guests. Governing Board Vice President Amy Kraus, Governing Board members Doug Hadley and Carol Siegler, and our Superintendent, Dr. Mary Cammerzel. I'd like to thank our art teachers and our 8th grade art students for creating the beautiful legacy mosaic based on systems thinking, and also Ms. Horn and the 8th grade choir performance. Let's give them a thank you. And I'm going to speak at all of you, but before I begin, I would like all of our teachers and staff to rise and be acknowledged for their relentless hard work and the care that they have shown for these individuals. And finally, I would like to acknowledge that there's a student who did not have the chance to be here tonight, who could not join you at the dance or sit beside you at the ice cream social tomorrow. Your classmate Thomas Kelly died last year. He will not walk tonight, but let us remember him together and think about all of the people whom we care about who cannot be here with us tonight. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. And now, parents, I ask for your forgiveness, because tonight is about our 8th graders, and it's one of my last chances. So I will turn my back to you and address them. Class of 2019, in a little bit, you'll be able to celebrate your accomplishments and your completion of middle school. You will dance and spend time with friends dressed to the nines. You will, tomorrow at the 8th grade luncheon, you'll sit together, you'll eat, you'll sign yearbooks, and then the school day will end. And then this group will disperse, fanning out into the world. If you imagine yourselves, each of you, as a spark rising from a fire into the night sky, as you head into your lives, you will diverge geographically, politically, culturally, until you light up the inky blackness of space like so many constellations. Of course, some of you will remain together as you travel to high school, college, and beyond. Some of these people you may know and remain close to until the end of your lives. But never again will this particular group of people gather together in one place. This really is the end of something. And yet, if you meet any one of these people sitting around you 50 years from now, having never seen them since tonight, in whatever future you build for us, you may recognize them and recognize something in them that binds you together, no matter how you feel about them now. What do you share? What binds you together? Your experience here at Orange Grove. Remember yourself on your first day here as you walk through our gates as a Panther for the first time, either as a 6th grader or just this year. What was it like for you? Did you rush up and down ramps and stairs to make it to your classes with only 4 minutes to spend? Did you fumble with your locker? Did your stomach clench with anxiety as you chose which table to join at lunch? Did you wonder why you have to have so many binders? You are not alone. And this is what you share with the people sitting around you on this stage. So to all of you, I offer you one hope and one pledge. And my hope is that you have difficult lives. And by this, I mean the best kind of difficulty. The difficulty that rises up to face us when we tackle meaningful challenges, when we are working our hardest and we are just at the edge of our ability. And the problems I hope you encounter, one's worth putting all of your effort, all of your heart, and all of your skill towards solving. And you have already shown that you can do this. In your 46 million seconds on this campus by Camilla's count, you have taken on personal and academic challenges. You have mummified chickens. You have bound books. You have started friendships. You have ended friendships. You have determined the guilt of sea captains. You have launched hot air balloons. You have bred Drosophila, fruit flies. You run through explosions of color. You have started and conducted businesses in Spanish. You have solved for X. You have sung or played music in front of hundreds of people and held the rapt attention of an audience for precisely 3 to 5 minutes. You have written historical fiction, you have planned personalized fitness routines, and you have glazed ceramic tiles. After school, shot, pitched, swung, run, thrown, spiked, solved, built, improvised, programmed, answered, strategized, and scored. You have earned championships, and you have borne loss with dignity and resolve. You have already, in a simulation in social studies, applied for your first job, created a budget, bought a car, attended college, job, got married, bought a house, had 2 kids, dealt with a car accident and health emergency, and eventually retired, which is better than most of the adults sitting in this room. It's true. And you've done that. You have also taken on challenges to help others in your 3 years here. You have embodied Panther pride, respect, responsibility, and kindness. When you saw someone sitting alone at a lunch table, you reached out. You gathered clothes, food, and toiletries for youth on their own to help students who are just older than you, but living entirely on their own. In your 7th grade year, when students and faculty were slain in Parkland, Florida, you may have joined the walkout of when 600 of our students peacefully walked out of class for 17 minutes. Or you showed a different conviction when you stayed in class. When Thomas died, you came together and you helped each other to mourn. When teachers across Arizona walked out of classrooms and our schools closed last year, you endured, and you came back ready to learn and work hard. You have worked together in crazy assembly lines, putting bread, meat, and cheese together to create thousands of sandwiches for those who are hungry. You have even handled yourselves well in the face of dangerous wildlife, the occasional king snake, rattlesnake, or even the mountain lion, which has frequented our campus recently. You already do difficult things. And this world is a difficult place. But it is a good and beautiful world, and things are getting better. 2018 was probably the best year in human history, and 2019 will likely be even better. According to economist Max Roser, every single day, 217,000 people rose out of extreme poverty. 295,000 more gained access to time. 305,000 gained access to clean drinking water every single day. It's getting better because people like you are out there solving those problems. So my hope is that you'll go out into the world and grapple with all of the other challenges that confront us: the disruption of climate change, the threat and promise of artificial intelligence, the risk of nuclear war, the migration of millions of people, 3D printable viruses, and even including the problems we don't know about yet. And when you do, I hope you can look back on your time at Orange Grove and say to yourself, I've done difficult things before. I can do this next one. So that's my hope, that you have a long and meaningful and difficult life. And my pledge to you is this: you will always have a home here. You may venture far into your various futures, but you will always be welcome here. I stand here merely as a representative of the many adults here at Orange Grove, including our teachers and staff. And we care about you now, and we will always care about you. We will always want to know how you are and what new challenges you're taking on. I encourage you next. It has truly been an honor and a joy to be your principal. So, you beautiful Panthers, you glorious 8th graders, it is with great pleasure that I send you out, sparks rising up and out into your own night sky and into the arms of your family and friends. Tonight is a night to celebrate your hard work and learning. So let's do it. Ms. Altman and I will recognize the promoting members of the 8th grade class. Governing Board Vice President Amy Kraus will officially accept and signify their promotion to 9th grade on behalf of our governing board. Yeah. One inch up. Perfect. We ask you to please hold your applause and cheers until all the names have been read and the class has been presented. We have asked our students also to be mindful of not cheering and applauding individuals so we can celebrate everyone at one time together and equally. So now I ask the first row to rise. Umar Abdul Kadir. Stacia Albanese. Cassidy Albright. Joshua Alexander. Nyla Armand. Tanner Aros. Jackson Bader. Dio. Olivia Bankhead. Ethan Bell. Mia Benet. Jens Benedict. Peyton Bergen. David Burke. Miles Blackstone. Kyle Bozen. John Bourne. Sage Bowen. Zachary Boyan. Roa Brack. Jasmine Brandhuber.
Ella Brown Melder. Katie Burns. Armando Barola. Abigail Butler. Zachary Butler. Allison Carr. Ella Cartwright. Luz Castro. Paloma Casares. Mia Cesaric. Sharia Chauhan. Mitsuko Cheng. Grant Cohen. Joseph Collins. Liliana Capel. Collins. Benjamin Krill. Malcolm Cuthbertson. Samuel Daines. Anna Davis. Finn Davis. Tyler DiConcini.
Franklin DeLong. Jonah Demetrio. Tierra Demont. Andrew Din. Violet Donnelly. Logan Douglas. Travis Dover. Camilla Durasso. London Dijak. Bailey Epstein. Kalani Fair. Jonathan Fulton. Connor Fenwick. Jake Fields. Jacqueline Flores. Sebastian Fauché. Brandon Franz. Ana Gallardo. Zachary Gavin. Ava Gill. Gavin Gillespie. Zena Glinsky. Lucas Gooding.
Lauren Graham. Matthew Greener. Evan Hakala. Dylan Hale. Peyton Hall. Ethan Hant. Danielle Hanks. Michael Hardy. Marissa Harned. Aiden Hartman. Connor Hennis. Macy Hernandez. Ryan Hernandez. Morgan Hinkle. Samantha Hornfeck. Ian Jean. Beatrice Johnson. Tatum Johnston. Adam Jones. Jasmine Junker. Luke Coffer.
Jackson Kime. Audrey Kelly. Declan Kelly. Molly Cattell. Derek Kim. Hannah Kim. Caden Kirikoff. Sean Knight. Caden Coulter. Alex Comey. Andre Lampkins. Jeremy Lane. Miles Lawrence. Samantha Lim. Gabriel Lima Lax. Dexy Lynn. Long. Ryan Longenecker. Grant Luce. John Luce. Alexia Lopez. Gabriela Lopez.
Rachel Lowenthal. Juliana Luhan. Annie Lowell. Mason Mahar. Jack Molino. Aiden Martin. Brandon Martz. Hadley Masterson. Adrian Matskin. Estefan Mayer. Simone McCarthy. Dole. Joseph McGuckin. Dominic McLaughlin Clark. Jack McNeilis. Noe Medina Rivera. Ryan Manoa. Olivia Mercea. Abigail Metzger. Alicia Miller. Brendan Miller.
Jessica Milliken. Jaden Mitchell. Samuel Moreno Campos. Isabella Monroe. Renee Navarro. Jake Nen. Andrew Nesnedney. Lon Nickerson. Presley Norman. Catherine Owens. Gabriella Oxnam. Chloe Palmer. Dominic Parks. Dev Patel. Rohan Patel. Ella Pemberton. Rodrigo Perez. Andrea Piedrahita. Jordan Pearson. Nicole Pinkney. Quentin Pinkney. Thomas Plunkett. Kenzo Pretzinger.
Savannah Repshire. Cole Revis. Alexander Rue. Sebastian Rue. Nicole Richards. Camilla Ritz. Musa Rizik. Tabitha Roberts. Ryan Diego Rogers. Ty Rose. Caroline Rosen. Sophia Rosenberg. Michael Roth. James Raudebush. Lauren Rowe. R.D. Raleigh. Braden Royal. Sienna Royal. Nicholas Rubin. Emily Rudd. Basil Sadi. Wael Sadi.
Isabel Sabala. Alexis Safer. Annabelle Samuels. Eliana Scala. Paige Schmidt. Stuart Schwartz. Henry Sekeller. Louis Seelbach. Suraj Shah. Ethan. Micah Smith. Christina Still. Eliza Still. Nia Stratagulius. Zachary Strout. Troy Sulger. Iman Tamimi. Hope Tanksley. Logan Thomason. Peter Todd. Hank Tucker.
Nicholas Urbanski. Matthias. Laura Walton. Nathan Webb. Katrin Weeks. Tristan West. Evelyn Williams. Jordan Williams. Allison Wilt. Tia Wood. John Cannon. Diana Zarif. And Ezekiel Zavala.
Thank you. Families, please remember that all 8th graders need to be picked up promptly at 9:30 because it's a school night and our staff need to go home. Students with the last names of A through L will go to the back bus lot, and students with last names of M to Z will go to the front lot. And only students will be on campus and staff after 8 p.m. It is now with great pleasure that I receive and present to you the class of 3. Congratulations. Please join us in the courtyard for the cookie reception.